Hello everyone, this is Srinivas from Informatica Support, and my today's topic includes creating a DB2 ZOS resource for Metadata Manager. The version of Metadata Manager here is 951. Metadata Manager is a web-based application used to manage metadata in repository or warehouse. Metadata Manager is used to browse and analyze metadata from various sources and then create a connection between them. These connections created are then later used in analyzing the data flow and also for impact analysis. Resources are created and metadata is loaded from these resources. The various type of resources we can create are applications resources, resources from BI data source, from data integration sources, from data modeling sources, and also various relational database sources. Now moving on to service. This is a typical UI page. We can see it consists of mainly three tabs. The first tab is the catalog tab, where all the loaded resources are present. We can see the objects which are loaded. The metadata from the various sources are present here, and we can also see the links between them. The second tab is the model tab, where we have a predefined model for various different data sources. These models are editable, and also we can create custom models. The third tab here is the load tab, where we create, load and schedule resources. For loading metadata from DB2 ZOS resource, we would require PowerExchange client installed on the Informatica server. Metadata Manager service would require PowerExchange client, and this PowerExchange client will extract metadata of DB2 ZOS, and it would save it into the service folder, which would act as a source for the Power Center workflows which run and populate the warehouse. So, to create a new DB2 ZOS resource, click on New Resource, select DB2 ZOS, click on Next. I have already created a resource. I would show you the various parameters which I have used. So the first tab would basically contain the name of the resource created and also the description. The second tab we provide the various configuration, the username and password of the DB2 ZOS database. The location would be the location in which the database is present, the subsystem ID for the database, and the encoding on which we would like to load the data. This location MHZ951, this entry should be present in the dbmover config file in both the PowerExchange client installed on your Informatica server and also on the PowerExchange listener, which is installed on the DB2 data on the system where DB2 ZOS database is configured. So when you try to load a DB2 ZOS resource, the listener would check this location from the DB2 configure file, and if it is present, it would redirect to the system or the location where the DB2 ZOS database is present and then extract metadata from there. So now we are testing the connection. The test connection is successful. Here we can see the various usernames or the various users which are present on the particular DB2 ZOS resource. I have selected one. In this tab, we can provide the linking rules for creating links between DB2 ZOS resource and other various resources which are already loaded. So for DB2 ZOS resource, we have to use a rule based linking or RBL files. We can also provide a schedule, or we can just create a resource without any schedule and run it based on a requirement. The schedule provided would be a daily, weekly or a monthly schedule, and which would run at those intervals at 12 a.m. So we create the resource and then we click on this button so that we can load the resource. Once loaded, we can see the resource details in the catalog file. So if we click on this resource, we can see the user we had loaded, and we can see the indexes and tables which are present in the DB2 ZOS under that particular user. So moving on to the slides, we would like you to refer the administrative guide for Metadata Manager service for more information on how to configure metadata DB2 ZOS resource in Metadata Manager. One thing to be noted here is we should be sure that PowerExchange listener and PowerExchange client should be installed on both the systems where your Informatica server is configured, and also on the system where your DB2 ZOS is present. And we should provide the entry for the location in the dbmore config file. We would love to hear from you for any feedback or any more questions on this knowledge base article. Please write us at supportvideos@informatica.com. We have a Twitter handler, InfaSupport. Please follow us, and you can also tweet to us. Wish you all a happy learning and a great day. Thank you.